The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back trackside once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the iSplash Retro Kart Series fires things off for race number 4 here in season number 3. Tonight, it's the Detroit Grand Prix. Drivers are going to tackle this 2.3-mile street course here at Bell Island. It's going to be another barn burner of a race. Happy hour coming to a close moments ago. Qualifying session already underway. Who's going to walk away with that blonde bullet? Pole award here tonight. Rick Raven, top of the speed charts right now. Raven to victory lane last week. For the third time in a row, Rick Raven is going to sweep The first 3 races here in season number 3 set himself up good in the point standings. We'll get to some of that in just a few moments, but first, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, David the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Speaking of trackside, let's get some of that qualifying information over to the left-hand side of your screen for you. Let's drop it down on the timing scoring charts. There you can see Rick Raven sitting on top of the provisional poll standings right now. Quick time belongs to the one. 1:19.71 is the fast time for Rick Raven. Johnny Hamby with a 1:19.95, so 2/10 off. Marcellus Bruning with a good qualifying effort, but Ryan Freeman going to pick up a little pace here, and Freeman's going to go third. Schlerette and Dabs yet to put in a time lap here in qualifying, so the 7 and the 2 yet to put in a time lap. Both of those drivers work quick in happy hour. We'll see if they keep the machines in the paddock here for qualifying, or if they bring them out on track. So as the music fades away, we've got a little more time in our hands. About 8 minutes left remaining here in the Blonde Bullet qualifying session. So as we've got ourselves some times, we'll take a little look around the track. We'll get rid of some of that qualifying information for just a few moments, and what do you say we dive in to some of your point standings coming into tonight's race? 3 races in our back pocket. Tonight is the 4th out of the 12-week season here for the iSplash Retro Kart Series. Rick Raven, there you can see it, almost a 30-point advantage coming into race number 4. Raven is slowly beginning to put himself out of touch for these drivers. Hamlin with good runs so far here this season, but with Rick Raven winning pole positions and walking away with the most laps led, and Max pointing the previous Grand Prix. He is setting himself apart, but it's a close battle there. Hamlin and Stewart right, Ryan Freeman right here in the mix, Robert Love as well. Marcellus Bruning, the Blonde Bullet, number 61 of Bruning right there, tied for the 5th spot. Close battles throughout the rest of the point standings. Cheetah, both Wake and Blake there, right there with each other. 17 points. There's Neil Canning. Canning was having a great race at Indianapolis last week. The Brickyard putting on one heck of a show. Grain racing all night long. Rick Raven seen the checkered flag, but Canning running well to the final few laps. And unfortunate circumstances took him out of a podium finish, but Canning, look, for some more points here tonight. We'll see if he can get the job done in his number 41 machine. So there's a little look at your championship standings coming into race number 4. As drivers still continue to chase after that quick time here in qualifying. Fast time tonight belongs to the 1 of Rick Raven. Raven going to lead the speed charts. The sit on the provisional pole right now. Johnny Hamby right there. Wade Shada also in the mix. Shada sitting in 3rd. Tell you what, we'll drop that timing scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen. There you go. Follow along. Find your favorite driver just like we do as you see drivers coming through the back end of this course going over there to what we call Graham Corner. You gotta, if you know, you know. If you don't, well, you gotta come hang out with us on Sunday mornings. That's all I gotta say. Looks to be 13 drivers in the field here tonight going to tackle this. Well, it all depends on how you break it down. We're going to break it down as a 15-turn track. Some people break it down 13. Some say it's 14. I like to use 15, so we'll navigate our way through this thing all night long as we take a look around the track with one of our Turn 3 drone cams right here over the fountain, sitting in the infield here at Bell Island. Handful of minutes remaining here in qualifying. Everybody chasing after that fast number one. Rick Raven looking for another pole position here in season number 3, looking for a 4th checkered flag. If he can pull 4 in a row, man, it's gonna be hard pressed. He's gonna have some pretty bad finishes over the course of the next 8 weeks for these drivers to have a shot at catching up to him in the point standings. We'll see how he goes here tonight around the track. A 1:19:39 fast time here in qualifying for Raven Rick. About a half a second faster, man. That is... Whew. Austin Dabbs out on track, yet to put in a time lap here tonight. The number 2 machine looking for a fast time with just a few minutes remaining. Driver's going to have to try to get it done on this time around the track if they're going to look to dethrone Rick Raven at the top of the speed charts. Quick time belongs to Raven, a 1:19:39. Keeping our eye on that timing and scoring, making sure nobody's making any jumps through the field, and it doesn't appear to be so. Drivers are going to be able to cross the line and complete one more time lap, so there's enough time for Hamby to try one more lap. Marcellus Bruning, Joseph McWhorter right there in that 8 machine. Joseph, first time here tonight. Bruning going to pick up some time, but not enough to go ahead of Rick Raven. Bruning going to improve to second. Johnny Hamby moves back to third. 2 minutes remain here in qualifying. So as the final moments click off the stopwatch, drivers are gonna bring their machines to the attention of their crew chiefs down in the paddock, getting ready for race trim, and we're gonna have ourselves a 35-lap street course shootout right here tonight from Bell Island. You're watching the Detroit Grand Prix. We're gonna head trackside for your national anthem, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the racket's red glare that both past taken out gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And back live trackside as drivers make their way to the starting grid. We're going to get ready to kick things off here tonight from Bell Island, the Detroit Grand Prix right around the corner. You can hear the engines come to life as we jump closer to the track. We're going to get ready for some action here tonight on this street course. And as everybody gets ready to roll, we'll bring you your starting lineup here tonight, brought to you by iSplash. For all your liveries and wrap needs, they've got what you want. Check them out. It's iSplash. Rick Raven starts from the Blonde Bullet pole position here tonight. He'll start inside row number 1 with the Blonde Bullet number 61 right to his outside. Season number 1's champion Marcellus Bruning will start outside pole position. Back in row number 2 tonight, the 15 of Johnny Hamby and the 66 of Ryan Freeman. Wade Cheetah in the 112 starting in 5th with Bill Smitham to his outside. McWhirter and Tabs back in row number 4. Row number 5 here tonight is the 16 of Jonathan Smith and the 41 of Neil Kading. Chris Brown and Jason Crumley back in row 6. Row number 7, there it is. Theo going to start from the rear of the field. It's going to be a barn burner of a show. We're going to get ready to go. Pace car going to duck off this time around, and away we go. We will step on the gas and go racing from Bell Island. On the gas just like that, and green flag flies for the first time here tonight. Whoa, little bit of a dust up right there. Bruning and Hamby almost come together as Rick Raven sets sail down into turn number 3. Positions changing at the front of the field. Hamby going to take away that second spot from Bruning as they head through the first. A few corners on the interchange here on lap number 1. We've got some trouble. Jonathan Smith going to have some issues. Smith going to have some trouble. 16 with some issues as we come closer to finishing lap number 1. Rick Raven is setting sail, almost a 1 second advantage. We'll drop that timing and scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen as drivers complete lap number 1. Schlereth already up 6 positions. Let's go take a quick look at the man inside of that number 7 machine. He's going to be quick, he's going to be fast, and he's going to be making some moves in making his way up through the field. He's got a little bit of a ways to go, so let's go back and check the Eye Splash replay. Let's see what happened with Smith. No, just taking the corner a little bit too wide. Other driver's going to come in, pile in just a little bit. That's going to be Bill Smith and Austin Dabbs. Both of those drivers going to collect a little bit of damage on this one as we go back to a battle inside of your podium positions. Marcellus Bruning and Johnny Hamby going after it as Bruning has been able to reclaim that second spot. Lap number 3 already on the board, and Schlereth up 6 positions. He's going to be the biggest mover of the race so far. Wade Chada up 1 position from 5th to 4th. McWhorter up 2 positions. He's going to move from 7th to 5th. Ryan Freeman's going to have some trouble. Freeman's going to have an issue. We stay green flag racing here at the front of the field. Lap number 3 on the board as drivers try to tackle this track. 2.2 mile street course here. Beautiful Belle Island, Michigan, right across. You can see downtown Detroit, Motor City, right here hosting tonight's Detroit Grand Prix. What a week, what a night for racing here at Belle Island. Bruning slowly beginning to reel in race leader. Oh, Bruning's going to overcook it on exit and go around. Oh, my goodness. Did you see Johnny Hamby? Ooh, boy. And this is going to spell big trouble for Bruning as he's going to wait quite a long time. He's going to spin it around and get headed back in the right direction, but he's going to give up a ton of time with that mistake. The tires are going to be a little bit angry right now, so Bruning going to have to tiptoe through the tulips for a handful of corners to get those tires back into that good temperature working range. Meanwhile, Johnny Hamby going to reclaim second with Wade Cheeto right behind him, the 112, just 7/10 of a second behind, running at third. McWhorter making some moves. He's now up 3 positions from 7th to 4th. The Schlereth Theo coming through the field, up 8 positions now. Schlereth gonna move to 5th. Johnny Hamby trying to overcome a 3.2 second deficit, trying to run down Rick Raven, who is walking away with this thing right now. Lap number 5 gonna go on the board. Biggest mover of the night, now up a 4th position. We'll go right here. Here comes that 7. He's knocking on the door of a podium already, just 5 laps into tonight's race. Schlereth started from the rear of the field, and here he is, lap number 5, knocking on the door of a podium. Looking to the inside, he's going to beat him in the braking zone. Running wide goes Gina. Schlereth going to take that spot away. He runs a bit wide on corner exit, almost into that outside wall. Keeps the car corralled. And down the straightaway into the corner we roll. Schlereth now into 3rd. little bit of a moment there. Theo almost overcooking those rear tires, almost had trouble coming out of the corner. Meanwhile, back in the pack, we'll go back here. Let's look at a battle for position on the track. Austin Dabbs beginning to reel in the number 41 of Neil Koenig. Koenig running in the 9th position. One of your closest and only battles on the racetrack right now. We're going to stay right here with Koenig and Dabbs. Oh, and overcooking the corner. 2 cars going to go around. Dabbs and Koenig both miss the corner. Oh my, that deserves a little look at the eye splash replay. Let's go check this one out again. Happened right in front of our eyes. There goes the move, looking to the inside is Dabbs. Both drivers deep into the braking zone and a little late. One's going to spin, trying to stay out of the way, and the 41's going to just pass the corner and miss it. Almost backing into the wall. That was almost a lot worse than what it could have been. As that battle dissipates, we're going to head right back to the front with your race leader, Rick Raven, as he continues to show the way here on lap number 7. You're watching the Detroit Grand Prix. Clarence starting to close in on Johnny Hamby. Let's go back to the battle for second and third. Hamby fighting hard here as Schlereth looks for a place to pass. We'll go on board with the 7. Coming out of the corner down the long straightaway. Dives down into the corner, nice hairpin. This is a nice overtaking corner into the inside carousel here. A little bit of a double left-hander. There it is, that double left-hander into the braking. On the brakes, right-hand corner, got to carry it out to the wall, back on the gas. Now Schlereth looks to run down Raven at the front, 4.5 second advantage. Through Graham corner, final kink through the track. We run down. Whoa, one driver with trouble. Marcellus Bruning going to have some issues, and he's going to be heading to pit road. Bruning's going to head to pit road as we ride on board here with Schlereth as he gets ready to make his way towards turn number 3. Here we are waiting for him to arrive at the back of the field. There goes race leader. Here comes Schlereth. And through turn number 3 we roll. front of the field stepping away. They have themselves about a 6-second advantage back to fourth place runner. So it's all about these drivers right here, right now at the front of the field. Jason Crumley on the pit road. Marcellus Bruning also on the pit road. Bruning had some trouble. So what do you say? We've got some free time. Let's go back and let's check the replay. Oh, just going to overcook it here. Trying to get it headed back in the right direction. That's going to be a second spin for Bruning. Tough break here for Bruning. We're going to go take one more look and see what happened, and that's going to be exactly what happened. Tough break here tonight for Bruning in Detroit. So what was a great race last season for Bruning, tonight becoming a nightmare. Marcellus going to be listed as last driver inside of the top 10 is still on pit road. A little bit of damage control going on here for that 61 crew as Rick Rabin continues to show the way, but his race lead has already been cut by almost 2 seconds. Theo is on his way, a 1:19.03. That's going to be almost 0.8 of a second faster. Lap traffic to the inside. Chris Brown gonna go a lap down here as Rick Raymond gonna make his way by. Whoa, trouble, and Schlereth gonna have some issues into turn number 3. Oh boy. Let's go back. Let's check the replay. Let's see what happened here with Theo coming down to turn number 3. There you can see him on the outside of the racetrack. There's the 37 to Chris Brown down to the inside. No contact, no issues there. Just looks like he locked up the rear brakes, and around the car goes. And he's going to lose a position in that transition. He's going to hand back over that second position back to Johnny Hamby as Rick Raven steps away from the field. Johnny Hamby now 6 seconds back. Theo a long way to go with 25 laps remaining here from Belle Island. You're watching the Detroit Grand Prix. In big trouble for race leader Rick Raven, slamming it on the outside wall. The left side suspension heavily damaged as we were sitting here, and I had a little bit of audio issues, so nothing coming through the mics. We do apologize about that, but big trouble for race leader Rick Raven. We've seen trouble for big names here tonight. Bruning with trouble, Schleret with trouble, Rick Raven with trouble, race well in hand, big race lead, and Raven gonna overstep it and put it into the outside wall. Big time trouble now as he is still onto pit road. So big trouble for big names here tonight. Schleret right there looks like he's having a little bit of trouble with the rear end of his Lotus 79 machine. And back through the corner, and Schleret tries to reel in Marcellus Bruning. That is not for position. Bruning multiple laps down here, listed 3 laps down from your race leader, and he's going to go a 4th one here as Schleret goes to the inside through the first two corners here from Bell Island. And man, just how quickly can things change here? Big trouble for Raven, and he is still on pit lane. What could be a race on easy street. So what could be a race on easy street here for Theo? We seen Raven well in control here, over a 5-second advantage, overstepping it in the corner, putting it into the outside wall, and Rick Raven still relegated to pit road. That number 1 has got a long way to go before he'll be able to get back on track. Still working hard at it, trying to get the job done. We'll see if he can't regain a handful of positions here tonight. Made a move to get around the lap machine. The 41 of Neil Canning gonna go. Oh, another lap down. Canning gonna go 1 lap down as he has a slide through Graham corner. Gonna put the left side into the wall a little bit. Just a light touch. It should be okay. As Canning continues around the track, we're down to 4 drivers left on the lead lap. 19 laps remained here tonight from Bell Island. You're watching the iSplash Retro Card Series Detroit Grand Prix. Whoa, that could have been it. Flaret almost throws it away with an 8-second advantage. Just when you thought things were going to be a little mundane here, Flaret going to give us a little bit of a moment. Four drivers remain on the lead lap as we cross the halfway point here tonight in the Detroit Grand Prix. A lot of drivers with some issues. Drivers self-spinning here tonight. Drivers self-imploding as we've got the 37 of Chris Brown heading to pit road this time around. Rick Raven still relegated to pit road after that heavy contact out front, leading the race. He's going to put it into the outside wall and put some severe damage on that left front suspension. And Raven going to fall all the way back to 10th. Fortunately enough, he's not going to fall outside of the top 10, but Raven still a night that looked to be right in his lap. Looking to walk away with his 4th race win in a row. It will not happen. It will not take place, and Theo looks like he is starting to settle in. Fastest lap of the race going to be turned in last time around, and Theo will run a 1:18.62. That's going to be faster than qualifying times. Schleret starting to find his groove. 12-second advantage for Theo. Back to Johnny Hamby. Joseph McWhorter right there in 3rd, rounding out your podium here tonight. The number 8 on his debut race at a tough street course here at Bell Island. Having a good run at it, up 4 spots from where he qualified. Joseph making his debut worth it. Keeping an eye around the racetrack, trying to see if we see any potential battles beginning to build, and nobody really close to each other as Schleret almost tosses it away again. We almost seen a repeat almost into the outside wall. These drivers are having a little bit of trouble with these machines here tonight. Bell Island giving these High Splash Retro Kart Series drivers a little bit of a fit. Gonna take a walk around the track. What do you say we jump back, take a little look here? Right on board with the man sitting in second, Johnny Hamby, inside of his number 15 machine. Gonna go around the kink here. Into that infield inner loop, as I like to call it, double left-hander here into the quick right-hand flick. This is the corner that catches a lot of drivers out. It's very easy to overstep it into that outside wall right there, as well as this upcoming corner. Very easy to overshoot it and just carry it out to that outside concrete barrier. Great job running through the corner there by Hamby. He's still got a lot of ground to make up as he's going to head to pit road this time around, so he'll make his first and only stop of the evening as Schlereth stays out on track. Schlereth continues to stay out on track here tonight. Himself and Bill Smitham, only two drivers yet to make a pit stop. Smitham sitting 45 seconds back, long way back to second place runner Bill Smitham. Third place belongs to Joseph McWhorter, as McWhorter has been to pit road back on lap 21, so just a handful of laps ago he came and got those tires, got the fuel, and he will have enough to go to the end. Where will Theo rejoin the track? Pit road delta looks to be about 39 seconds, and Smitham 45 seconds back. It's going to be, well, I think he's going to put it on him here tonight, boys. I think Schlereth, even with the early trouble, almost overstepping it twice here tonight, still enough speed inside of that 7 machine for him to overcome the odds and work his way through some lap traffic as they're battling for positions on the racetrack. Chris Brown going to pull over, allow that 8 of Joseph McWhorter to try to keep himself on the lead lap. Blue flag going to be displayed, and he's going to be put 1 lap down. Schlereth yet to come to pit road. Only 2 drivers remain on your lead lap. Into pit road, race leader Schlereth gonna come to pit road. Theo gonna bring his number 7 Lotus 79 machine to the attention of his crew. As Bill Smitham gonna stay out on the track, he's gonna look to get himself a lap lead, possibly coming through the final corners here around Graham Corner. Oh, a little bit further back, he's in the inner loop here. McWhorter a little bit further back. Third place runner now back on the lead lap. Chris Brown sitting in 4th, listed 2 laps down, so it's going to be a podium list of drivers left on the lead lap. And Smitham not going to attempt to lead the lap. He's going to go ahead and come to pit road. Smitham to pit road now. Joseph McWhorter going to take over possibly that second spot as we go back out front with your race leader Theo Schlereth as he continues to open it up and put it on him here tonight. A little bit of trouble for drivers has caught a good majority of the field out here tonight. We're going to take a look back at what happened to Johnny Hamby. What caused that 15 to be out of tonight's Detroit Grand Prix? We'll take a look at the eye splash replay right here. There you see Brown and Dabbs right behind him. The RCA number 15 going to go into the corner and overcook it. And oh my gosh, yep, that's going to be it. And Austin Dabbs, victim of circumstance, he's going to get launched and he's going to go over, and that's going to be big trouble for Dabbs as he's got to fix and back out on the track, but he is listed 3 laps down, sitting in the 5th position. Schlereth with 10 to go. He's got himself a 50-second advantage. Theo, his own worst enemy at this point in juncture in tonight's Detroit Grand Prix with the Ice Splash Retro Kart Series. 35 laps of street course action here tonight from Bell Island, and we have seen a multitude of drivers have trouble. Marcellus Bruning, trouble here tonight. Johnny Hamby, trouble. Wade Shada, trouble. Neil Canning, trouble. Rick Raven, trouble. A lot of drivers with issues, and Detroit has cost a lot of drivers some good points. But on the other hand, this has shaped things up for race number 5 to be pretty interesting. I mean, Rick Raven's going to give up a good chunk of points with the 10th place finish here. Schlereth, this is only his I believe his 3rd race of the season, missing 1 race already and having a little bit of trouble. Schlereth down in the point standings, but a race win is definitely going to give him a shot in the arm. Bill Smitham, a great run here tonight for Smitham. That's going to move him way further in the point standings after tonight's race. If he can finish this thing off and walk away with second, it's going to be a big points night for Smitham. And how about the newcomer debut night? Let's go take a look at the rookie in this number 8, the Lotus 79 machine, coming around the final few corners here down into Graham Corner. This time around, McWhorter. Podium finish. It doesn't matter how you get there, how you got there. All that matters is that you got there at the end of this thing, and he's going to get a podium here tonight. It looks like he's going to be the last driver left on the lead lap. Race leader Schlereth, after making the pit stop, that allowed this number 8 to get back on the lead lap. Field spread out, as we have had a lot of issues for a lot of guys here tonight. Chris Brown, first driver, listed laps down, listed 3 laps down, and that's just the type of night it's been here tonight for a handful of these guys at Detroit. So with 7 laps to go, we'll transition and take a look back at race leader as he continues to lay down quick times here. Last time around, still a 1:19.29. That is going to be almost 2 seconds faster than his fellow competitor, Bill Smitham, turning in the next fastest time on the track. I mean, that is... We've heard some of his fellow competitors refer to him as an alien, and this is somewhat of an alien performance. Sure, he's had a little bit of help with the trouble from Rick Raven and the trouble from Johnny Hamby. That really opened up that gap back to his next closest competitor, but let's not forget Schlereth. He's had trouble. He's went around 2 times of his own doing. No contact, no hits with the walls or anything like that, but Schlereth has went around twice, all of his own doing. And we've seen that come back to haunt 2 of our front runners earlier here tonight. Rick Raven leading the race, just overstepping it and putting it into the outside wall. So Detroit, one of these tracks that you have to be focused lap after lap. Each and every corner has got to be precise. You overcook the braking, you're going to lock them up and spin them around. You get back to the gas and start squeezing into the throttle a little bit too soon. It's very easy to carry that speed and momentum to the outside wall. And we've seen Rick Raven do it earlier here tonight. Your Blonde Bullet Bowl Award winner led the first 10 laps of tonight's Detroit Grand Prix, but trouble has put Raven out of the race, back in the 10th position. Theo out front with 6 laps to go, 5 when we cross the line this time by. You see a little bit of dust being kicked up by those rear tires, and that just lets you, that just lets you know, Theo not playing around. He's not pulling any punches this time around. He's going to go with a 1:18.89. That's going to be almost a second faster than his previous lap, knocking on the door of that fastest time in race trim. So even though he's got this thing pretty much wrapped up at the front of this field, Schlereth not playing games. Let's go back through the field. Let's go back. Let's find out where Austin Dabbs is running. Right here, this number 2 Lotus 79 machine listed as the final driver in the side of the top 5. Miss Texaco Havoline Big K, number 2. Austin Dabbs sits in 5th, 4 laps down, and he's got Marcellus Bruning behind him. Bruning trying to gain some more positions, but he is a little bit of a ways back. There's that MCI Blonde Bullet number 61. Also listed 4 laps down and showing as the final driver left out on the track. We've had quite a few retirements here tonight. 6 drivers retired and out of tonight's race. Johnny Hamby, Neil Canning, Rick Raven, Ryan Freeman, Wade Tita, as well as Jonathan Smith, all out of tonight's races. You've seen Bruning hook the rear tires a little bit, get a little loose coming through Graham Corner, and this track still giving these guys a little bit of problems. And we're going to jump back to the front of the field once again. Let's go check in with race leader. Still clipping some of these corner entries. Still clipping some of the curbing. And maybe Schlereth getting a little bit of advice in his ear that, hey, let's back this thing down a little bit. Let's just be nice and smooth here. Don't overstep the bounds. Don't overcook the rear tires. Don't slam the brakes. Whatever you do, don't get a lock up and go sliding through one of these corners and into a safer barrier or a concrete wall. We don't want to throw this thing away at this point in time with 3 laps to go here in the Detroit Grand Prix. Live from Bell Island, you're watching race number 4 here in season number 3 for the iSplash Retro Kart Series. I want to give a big shout out to our season sponsors coming on board once again. Title sponsor iSplash for all your iRacing liveries, suits. They've got helmets too. Look for iSplash.com. Big shout out to Butt Kicker as always. Feel what you've been missing. Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet, also one of our sponsors here with the Turn 3 Racing Network. Big shout out to all the guys and girls working hard over there at the Newton Conover location, the original Intimidator spot. That's right. Head on over to DaleEarnhardtChevrolet.com. Best American bullies breeders in the business. You're looking for a great pup. They've got them right there at Mountain Mafia Kennels, born and bred right there in the mountains of western North Carolina. You can check them out on Instagram, Twitter, as well as Facebook. Once again, that's Mountain Mafia Kennels. As race leader gets popsicle sticks, we've got ourselves just 2 to go. Final lap here tonight as the white flag flies. The number 7 of Theo Schlereth out front. 1 minute advantage as he closes in on the tail end of your podium drivers. That's the 8 of Joseph McWhorter. Can McWhorter keep himself on the lead lap? Will Theo be worried about putting him a lap down? Blue flags are on display, but will they be obeyed on the final lap? We'll have to wait to see. Will Schlereth push the envelope? Will he push the issue? Will he look to make the pass here on the backstretch? He's got the draft. He's got the toe. Will he get the job done? It looks like he's just going to be comfortable to stay in his tire tracks here and finish this thing off. Just about a mile remaining here in the Detroit Grand Prix. Live from Bell Island, Theo Schlereth gonna walk away with a dominating performance after big trouble for multiple drivers in this field here tonight. And it doesn't matter how you got it done. It doesn't matter how big of a race win or how big of a lead you got by the end of it. All that matters is you cross the line first, and Schlereth gonna get it done here in Detroit. The 7 will take the Detroit. We'll be able to talk in just a minute. The 7 will take the checkered flag here in the Detroit Grand Prix. What a run, what a night, race fans. I mean, absolute great racing action by all of these Retro Kart Series drivers. And that's going to do it for us here trackside. We're going to take just a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interview. So as drivers finish their final laps, we're going to break away. And we'll be back trackside live here from Detroit. And we rejoin you high above the track here from Belle Island. The Detroit Grand Prix has come to a close, and we're going to jump right to it. Let's see if we can't head to victory lane and have a few words with the man that walked away with the checkered flag here tonight. Theo, it's Dave. You got us?
Yep.
Hey,
Hello.
hey, Theo, how you doing, man? A great race performance here for you tonight. You had a little bit trouble in the early goings, but you were able to get the ship corrected and overcome some odds here tonight. So just walk us through a little bit of your race here from Detroit.
Well, actually, from the beginning, I was very cautious because, to be honest, I never raced on that track. I only drove a bit like 3 years ago with that very car, but then I considered that uh, it was too tough to actually race, and so I wanted to to get really cautious and avoid any mayhem or any contact or whatever. And basically, when I lost the car, it's just that I just lost focus for a split second, so I downshifted once too much time. So the first being so short that I just made the car not happy about that. Luckily, I avoided the wall, so I could go back to that. And when Rick pitted, well, I was a bit surprised because I didn't expect him to pit that early. And well, as you just made me join here, I just saw the replay of him crushing the car. So a bit unfortunate, and well, not the way I expected to win the race, but yeah, I will still take it.
Well, win is a win, as you said right there. You know, you'll take it. Winless so far this season. This is going to be the first race win for you and your 7 crew. Do you think you've got any more left in you? Still early in the season, still a lot of racing to be had, but you think you can get back here to victory lane?
Excuse me, what did you ask me?
With this being your first win of the season, I know it's
Hmm.
only 4 races into the season, but we've got a lot of racing left, still 8 more races to go. Do you think we'll be able to see this 7 back in victory lane?
Well, basically for the oval races, I absolutely can't tell because I didn't race on any of them so far. So that will just be throwing the dice. But for the road courses, actually, the two worst road courses we had this season are behind me. So I I think I that will be much easier to drive well for the next times. But well, for the win, I can't tell that will happen once again on a racetrack for a road, but on the oval that still has to be seen.
All right. Well, Theo, as always, man, it's a pleasure catching up with you in victory lane. And you're going to celebrate a race win here tonight from from the Detroit Grand Prix. So before we let you go, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Well, to actually, like always, to the league organizers and the other drivers, because well, driving alone is completely pointless. So thank you to everyone showing up and doing that stuff and dealing with that nightmare of a car. So well, yes. Thank you to everyone to race, to show up, and to be respectful.
All right. Well, Theo, again, congratulations. And until we talk again, stay safe. And as always, keep it fast.
Yeah, for sure. I won't forget about that very last part.
All right. Well, there you have it. Final few words from victory lane with your race leader walking away with the top spot in that number 7 machine, Theo. Schlereth will get the job done. And we're going to head a little bit further in the field. We're going to catch up briefly with the man that walked away in second here tonight. Let's see. It all looks like we've got a little bit of graphic problem, so we're going to get that one fixed up for you if we can. But nonetheless, we're going to end up going to the man that walked away second here tonight as we get everything worked out for you. Let's see if we can't grab a few words with the man that walked away second dial up. The man inside of that 55 machine, Bill, is Dave. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Dave.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after walking away with a solid second place here tonight from Detroit?
I'm a bit shocked, to be honest. I did not expect to do this well here.
Well, man, sometimes it's, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and sometimes it's better to have a little mix of both. Tonight you had a pretty uneventful night, not a lot of issues out there for you and your 55 crew. You were able to pick up some positions with some other drivers having some trouble, but you got to be there in the end in order to walk away with a good finish, and that's what you were able to do here tonight. So with a good finish here from Detroit, do you think you can carry things over into next week?
I hope so. I'm going to give it a shot. I mean, I drove a nice clean race tonight. The only, incident points I got was very first lap when somebody spun right in front of me, and I just barely scraped by him to get past. Other than that, the race was clean. So I'm real happy with this one. I hope I can keep it up.
Yeah, an absolutely great race for you. As you said, just that one little brief moment there on that opening lap. But other than that, man, you ran a clean, smooth race. Congratulations on the podium finish here tonight. But before we let you go and enjoy the rest of your evening, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back home or at the race shop?
Yeah. Thank you to the love of my life for letting me do this crazy stuff on Friday nights.
Nice. That's probably the best one I have heard yet, Bill. Congratulations on your podium finish here tonight. And as always, my friend, stay safe and keep it fast.
You too.
All right, there you have it. Final few parting words from the man that walked away second here tonight inside of his 55 machine, Bill Smitham. Third place belongs to the number 8 of Joseph McWhirter. He's going to walk away in his debut race with a podium here with the Ice Splash Retro Kart Series. So congratulations to all of your podium drivers. And that's going to pretty much do it for us as we get ready to cut off the lights and roll up the cords here on the Detroit Grand Prix. Producers hitting those familiar buttons in the background. You know the sounds. You know it's time for us to run down your unofficial race results here in the Ice Splash Retro Kart League. Race number 4, the Detroit Grand Prix. Theo Schlereth gonna take the top spot and grab his first checkered flag of the season. Bill Smitham comes home in a solid second with Joseph McWhirter right there in third. Chris Brown going to finish in fourth tonight with Marcellus Bruning bringing that MCI Blonde Bullet number 61 home in fifth. Austin Dabbs finishes tonight's race in sixth with Johnny Hamby back in seventh. Neil Canning in eighth, Jason Crumley in ninth, and rounding out your top 10, the one of Rick Raven. Ryan Freeman going to finish tonight's race in 11th with Wade Cheetah back in 12th. Jonathan Smith will round out your 13-car field here tonight from Bell Island, and that's going to do it for us. If you haven't already, race fans, join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. As always, show these drivers some love and make sure you drop that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave of the Cape, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.